You know, science is really wonderful, but most of it is done indoors in laboratories and white coats. But that's not really the real world that most people live in. And when it comes to agricultural, natural resources, conservation, watershed stewardship, you're actually dealing with huge landscapes outside. So we're really fortunate to have UC ANR's research and extension centers because we're a showcase for the public. And they can actually see the consequences of the different treatments that might have been done to improve the land, which they can take that information back to the lands they manage and benefit from that information.
We're here today having just finished a weekend celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Hopland Research and Extension Center. We had the Mendocino County Fire Safe Council, the Prescribed Burn Association. We also had people come out and do sheepdog trials and sheep shearing, so you could get a little bit of how that industry works here in California and really get a hands-on experience. It's part of the extension model where you have these big campuses and students go there to get their degrees and researchers are working there. But then in a huge state like California, having places where people locally can gain that expertise from the research that's happening at the universities, and the local communities can inform the researchers on the campuses what are the most important issues to work on.
When I first arrived a little over 25 years ago, the Hopland Research and Extension Center was just celebrating its 50th anniversary. And I really believe that the entire focus of the center at that time was about conducting research. Since then, the doors have been spread wide open to the public. That's what it takes to engage with the public. Bring programs to the station and open the doors to everyone and give them something to engage with.
I'm Robert Lane. I'm a professor emeritus of medical entomology at the University of California at Berkeley. I've been researching ticks and tick-borne diseases at the Hopland Research and Extension Center since 1974. The impact of all of our work that's been done here collectively is not just restricted to Northwestern California, but it's been recognized and noticed worldwide.
We're able to take the long-term view to solve thorny issues that may not have profit, but have value for the public. It takes a lot of brain power, it takes a lot of time and resources. Without institutions like the University of California, it's not something that an individual or a business is going to take on.
It can really be hard to face every day. The challenges that we face with climate change and extreme weather events in particular, I honestly believe that those issues, those problems where we have pushed planetary boundaries in our environmental systems is because we've lost our connection to nature. If we really can revitalize people's connection to the ecosystems and to the understanding that all species are related to them and are important to their own livelihoods and really reconnect, I think that is fundamental to being able to address the environmental challenges that we face today.
I think what inspires me about this place is that I care about the mission of the University of California and agriculture and natural resources because I want to see our communities thrive and I want to see our ecosystems be able to evolve and continue to adapt in a healthy way. And I love doing that. Hopland REC is going to continue to thrive over the next 75 years and beyond because we're going to continue to iterate and innovate in response to needs as they change. We're going to continue to work with our local communities in a dialogue, getting feedback from them, sharing the latest knowledge, and continuing to listen and evolve as times change.